Hello everyone, I'm Hunter SC, and we are finally playing Diablo 3. This is going to be the first segment of a very extended walkthrough. We are going to cover a couple major encounters during this video. We're going to start with the Butcher here, going up against a classic enemy from D1. This is actually the boss of Act 1 in Diablo 3. Fresh meat, the classic line as this boss battle begins, and it is just going to be a solo effort. I mean, there are no other co-op players in this game. It's just me and my Templar. I have made a wizard, and I mean, there are a few different reasons for that we can definitely get into, but let's just talk about this boss battle a little bit. The Butcher does a lot of direct damage. Like, he does that ancient spear, get over here ability where it stuns you right in front of him and he can just smash his hammer down. That's a lot of direct damage, especially against a mage. It's pretty tough. He also sort of highlights his path that he's going to charge in like a red sort of flaming arrows, sort of, so you can see where he's going to charge to. He's got yeah, some different powerful abilities, especially that ancient spear that drags you over there. You know, when I'm playing a mage, that's definitely one you're going to want to be wary of. But all in all, not a super hard boss encounter. My wizard is sort of at a very average level at best. I might even be one or two levels lower than I should be. My gear isn't too crazy. Again, pretty average there. And just you know, using some pretty simple kiting and trying to use my abilities as best as I can, try to use them together in the best way possible. This boss fight doesn't actually take too long. Finally avoiding his last charge there, freezing him a little bit with Frost Nova, and hitting him with a few final orbs for the kill. Getting a couple rares there as well, unlocking some new banner stuff, and a new active skill slot for a total of 5. So that'll be good. We'll just finish up this quest here. Of course, this isn't, you know, a playthrough that has started from the very beginning. I was trying to play in the middle of the night. It was actually really hard. I mean, the servers went live for North America around 3 a.m. Everyone was hammering the login screen, though. I wasn't able to log in for like almost a full hour. So I did do some playing through the night as we take a look at these final the final sequence here for Act 1. Got some good playtime in through the night. Took a little break. I succumbed to my sleepiness and just had to rest a little bit, but we're back here now, and I'm casting this now that I can cast it, now that it's not in the middle of the night. We'll get everyone up to speed, and afterwards we can just sort of continue live broadcasting. I've got a good casting station set up so that we can continue on into Act 2. Surprise, surprise, Tyrael makes an appearance in this game, but in a different form. Tyrael here taking the role of a human knight. It would appear, as I'm just configuring my final skills here. Gonna put on ice armor for that 5th ability.
You have restored my mind, friend. And now I remember the warning.
So there have been some definite plot updates since the beta. I mean, we kill off the Skeleton King, and very soon after that you realize that the falling star is not actually a falling star at all, but it is Tyrael falling from the sky. You know, Tyrael had this clash up in the heavens and, you know, fell to earth, to Sanctuary, crashed into the ground, into the cathedral, and we have met him here in human form, and it's now time to move on to Act 2. We're just going to actually start with a quick encounter that I really enjoyed and that I wanted to share with you guys, so I thought we'd add it in here. This is the Crumbling Vault. So this is actually a timed dungeon. You have to get to your destination in this dungeon before that timer runs out. So I do my best to move quickly through this zone, you know, killing things here and there, but you really do have to keep moving. I guess you get a total of 3 minutes to get to the vault or the treasure room. So yeah, it'll be a little bit of a race against the clock as we're killing off these Act 2 monsters. Of course, after killing the butcher, you can take the ferry over to Act 2. Chaldeum is the name of that. So so I've been doing a little bit of work in Act 2. We're only partway into the act, and or sort of I will have you guys up to speed by the end of this video after this sequence plays through here. Act 2, though, the classic sort of desert dunes, loot the lane kind of style, as well to be expected. Apparently the boss of Act 2 is looking like it's going to end up being Belial. Well, that's all I've sort of gathered at this point from the plot and the dialogues. About a minute and a half left here. Could be moving a little bit quicker. You know what, we might as well take this minute and a half and talk a little bit about my skills. I mean, I've picked a wizard. I just like her because she does such high damage. And I think is really good for soloing here, especially early on. I mean, I don't know about Inferno. I think it could be pretty tough, and using a class like the Wizard with very few tanking abilities, you know, may make it hard in Inferno mode, but I don't know. I guess I'm living for the moment and enjoying this current playthrough where I can do a lot of damage with the Wizard. I've got Magic Missile and the very first rune stone for that just increases damage straight up, single target damage, so that's nice. And then I've got the Arcane Orb, which I'm using constantly for area of effect damage. I've got the rune activated that makes that one do more damage as well, so that's always nice. And then sort of for my support spells, I've got Frost Nova, Wave of Force, and Ice Armor as well. I'm going to switch off of Ice Armor soon enough. I'm not really using that ability a whole lot, but Frost Nova is always good. Like if you are about to die, freeze everything, get some Arcane Orbs off, do a ton of damage while they are frozen there. We do see here that we did make it to the Vault Treasure Room, just picking up whatever loot we can, and finding some of the very first gems that we've found in the game as well. Didn't find any gems in Act 1, but we're finally getting our hands on some very low tier gems, some chip gems. It's like tier 1 out of like 15 for the gem system in Diablo 3. Clearing out that treasure room, heading back to the Stinging Winds, and now jumping over to the first significant battle in Act 2, boss battle here up against Magda. Magda has been harassing us all game long. She's responsible for the death of Deckard Cain, and we're trying to put an end to her streak right here. She's like a servant of Belial, someone immediately below her. So we're taking her on here in what looks eerily similar to the PvP arena that we you know, got to see in the only official PvP gameplays. All in all, though, Magda is not really that tough. She doesn't have that much health, and I'm able to hammer away at her real quick. I mean, she does cast and summon some, you know, minions, but if you can make pretty quick work of them, Magda will drop her force field for a few seconds and let you get some good shots in. So yeah, just spamming out a bunch of magic missile, arcane orb when I can. Yeah, killing her off pretty quick. I do have to say, towards the end of this video here, that overall, this, the beginning of the game has been really quite easy. I know I didn't cover every minute of every quest, you know, verbatim up to this point. I'm going to be doing more comprehensive coverage from this point forward, but at the same time, like, we really haven't missed out on much. Most quests and encounters have been pretty one-sided. I've been smashing through this content pretty quickly so far. Took a little break to get rested up. Killed off the Butcher. I wanted to share that treasure vault with everyone, and now that we've killed off Magda, we can continue on broadcasting live.
In her final miserable moment,
We'll just close off with this here.
Magda swore that the demon lord Belial would soon rule this world. He'll have to defeat me first.
I really do like those little animation shorts that just sort of keep the story going. They're short and sweet, but well done. They look good, they sound good, and they happen every few quests. So yeah, now back in town, just gonna move on with the rest of the quests in Act 2. So stay tuned for many more videos very, very soon. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm Hunter SC. Peace out.